Hey, what's up guys? It's Vinny from Stock Facts. I wanted to make a video about the fact that I read a pretty interesting article yesterday on Insider Monkey titled, "Is NIO a good stock to buy according to hedge funds?" Now, just real quick before I get going in the video, can you guys please give me a like and hopefully a subscribe? I'm really trying to build this channel. I want to try and give this YouTube thing a real go. I've debated it for years, so I finally decided to give it a shot so I could really use the support. I would appreciate it very much. Thank you. One of the first points in the article here is, it says, "We are now in a stock picker's market where fundamentals of a stock have more effect on price than overall direction of the market," which is pretty much saying that sentiment rules, which I've always believed in the years I've been an investor. That's basically, listening to the rumors and the things that get people's emotions going, which honestly is one of the reasons why NIO has been such a hot stock, and I personally believe is definitely one of the reasons why hedge funds have been taking an interest to it, as besides of the fact that it has a great balance sheet. I'd say investors should pay attention to an increase in the activity from the world's largest hedge funds of late. NIO was in 35 hedge funds portfolios at the end of the third quarter of 2020. The all-time high for this statistic is 30. So that means NIO broke it. And this means the bullish number of hedge funds positions in this stock currently sits at an all-time high, which I just repeated myself, and I'm not going to edit that out. One of the other interesting things I saw over here was just a little tidbit. The calculations showed that NIO isn't among the 30 most popular stocks in hedge funds. As, that's not shocking. I'm sure NIO is a newer position for most of these hedge funds. As the article goes on, one of the things it touches on is hedge funds' reputations as shrewd investors has been tarnished in the last decade, as their hedge returns couldn't keep up with the unhedged returns of the market indices. I guess, with companies like ARK Invest doing more of a very active and very public investing style, the older style of hedge funds, which is the sit back and kind of don't react to things, is becoming somewhat less popular. Even though it has a proven track record, if you want to get in at the ground floor or almost ground floor of a lot of the stocks that have been coming out lately that are hot, that have been moving, you have to make moves. Even if you are with the hedge funds, you got to make moves. The article goes on to talk about the top hedge funds that has NIO holdings, but I'm actually going to jump over to a different website to talk about that, which is my favorite website to refer to when I wonder about which hedge fund has the top holdings for any particular stock. And that website is hedgefollow.com. As you can see here, I just typed in the search bar NIO. You could search by stock, or I guess by ETF, basically by security, and you can see who has the most shares, the most value, the biggest change that's happened, and even the fund rank. For NIO, the number one hedge fund holding the most shares is Renaissance Technologies with Jim Simons. And Jim Simons is a pretty famous guy in the investor world. He has a book out on him. I've actually read the beginning of it and stopped and picked up another book. You guys know how that goes. It's called The Man Who Solved the Market. He's a quant. He's a mathematician, which basically quant trading is a market strategy that uses mathematical and statistical models to identify opportunities in the market. It's different than the fundamental and sentiment and rumor style, what's trending on Google, what are people doing. it's much more of a technical approach. As you can see here, he holds, or rather his hedge fund holds 13.94 million shares. And one thing I want to touch on too with hedge funds is, yes, this is Jim Simon's fund, but people refer to, like, when they bring up Warren Buffett's name and they talk about Warren Buffett bought this. Well, he didn't really buy it. His hedge fund bought it. Was he the guy that made that decision? I doubt that he made the decision by himself. There are other people there that have input. So, it's just, I always see headlines that talk about Warren Buffett buys this. Of course, that's to get people to read it. But I think it's a bit unethical to kind of say that and put that title, because it's not him. It's not his personal trades. It's his hedge funds. And that's the same thing going on here. Number 2 on the list is D.E. Shaw, 11.41 million shares, totaling $242 million. As you can see here, a lot of these guys, honestly, never heard of them. A couple of them, we got Ray Dalio down here, who he's big on ETFs. You usually don't see him jumping into, a little bit of a shock that he's jumped into the EV circuit. 1.57 million shares, totaling $33.3 million. One of the interesting things, actually, I'm going to jump back up to Jim Simons, is he actually recently just sold, as you see right here, 99.31% of his Tesla stake. So he dumped Tesla and snagged NIO, replaced it with NIO. As you see here, it's a massive reduction in the holding of Tesla during the quarter. This is last quarter, the third quarter, resulted in the largest impact of the portfolio overall. That is crazy. I mean, I would love to know what's going on in that meeting where they're talking about, let's dump pretty much all of our Tesla and pick up NIO. So I just wanted to make a video about that article and the fact that NIO is becoming more popular, not just with the retail investors like us, but on the professional end, on the Wall Street end. They're starting to take a notice to it. So like I said, guys, thanks for your time. I hope you guys leave a like and subscribe. I know I got some work to do with editing this video and making this channel a little bit better. A lot better, actually. But I'm tending to just do less editing, just leave things out there and be myself. If I stumble or mess up, whatever. That's just how it is. I'm just trying to provide a little bit of some information, some facts, like the channel says. So if you guys have any suggestions at all as far as what content or information I should be putting out there, if you guys want to know about a particular company or stock or anything at all, I don't care if it's just one person, please comment it, and I'll try and accommodate that request. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.